The advanced ray trace shadow type was added after ray trace shadows were created, historically speaking. And I'm told that the advanced ray traced algorithm uses a little bit less memory than its older cousin. Let's make a comparison here and do a rendering. So this will be the advanced ray trace shadow, and this will be the ray trace shadow. Notice that here we lost the shadow that came through the transparent opacity mapped material. If you look closely, you'll also see that the shadow is a little bit smoother compared to the ray traced shadow. There are actually two rollouts that are added with this type: advanced ray trace parameters and optimizations. We can turn on transparent shadows here under optimizations and do another test render. This time it's going to support the opacity mapped shadow. It took a little bit longer. The rendering time is 5 seconds, but we are getting those transparent shadows now. These are generally very detailed suppression items that you don't need to worry about, but they accelerate and optimize the shadow algorithm. Up here you can choose how you're going to smooth the shadow. It does appear smoother than the ray trace shadow, so it looks a little bit more realistic. And it's getting that realism by anti-aliasing the shadow edge, or blurring the edge, if you will. And this is done with these parameters down here. Increase shadow integrity if you're missing some details in the shadow. Like look over here, we're seeing more detail in the leaves in the ray traced shadow. I'd like to capture some more detail in the advanced ray trace shadow, so I'll turn up shadow integrity to 2, and then shadow quality should always be a higher number, so I'll make that 3. Shadow quality refers to the blurring within the shadow penumbra, or the blurred edge. Shadow spread refers to the blurred area itself, and jitter is the actual amount of blurring. So these parameters are all very finicky, and you just need to test render and make adjustments. So maybe we're capturing a little bit more detail there. I'm going to turn down the shadow spread to 1 and increase these values again and see if we get anything better. I'd say it's arguably a little sharper, a little bit more detail, but we are increasing render time here. So this is just something you need to ask yourself if it's worth it to go ahead and try to fine-tune your shadows in this way. If you are shooting for a photorealistic result, maybe it is worth tweaking these parameters and trying to get the shadow to appear very accurately but blurred slightly at the same time.